Assalamu alaikum. Can you see me? Assalamu alaikum. I hope you can see me clearly. Oh, you can't see me that clear, huh? It's okay. Hold on one second. Let me see if I can adjust this a little bit. Oh my goodness, it's a little foggy. Assalamu alaikum. It's dark. The light is darkening. Yeah. I'm in a different room today. I'm in my kitchen. I was hoping you guys could see me on this camera. Hold on. Oh, it's not. Hold on one second. Let me get a light. Hold on. Bear with me, everybody. There we go. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Hello, everyone. It's your girl, beautiful sister. You know who it is, your number one Brooklyn queen. You know who it is. Hi, everybody. Hey, everyone. How you doing? Hey, how you doing? How's everybody doing today? I hope everyone's having a wonderful day. Alhamdulillah. I'm having a wonderful day. What's today? Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited to get on here today. I said, let me pop on because I wanted to give y'all a quick little update on some of the things that's been going on within the last week with me and my family. And I said, you know what? I haven't got on in a couple of days because it's been busy. I know people be thinking just because I'm disabled, I don't be doing stuff, but the joke is on you. Sis be doing stuff. Sis be doing stuff. I'll be busy. I'm moving around and having a good time doing it. Alhamdulillah, all praise due to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, most high. So, as you see, the topic is today. I had to get on here to share because, I don't know if a lot of people know this, but when us Muslims travel, we experience a lot of different things, especially us Muslima, and especially us veiled Muslima. I think we experience more than the average regular Muslima. Um, I hate to say that, but that's the truth. And I know this because this is my very own personal experience on a daily basis when I travel. And I've been experiencing this literally over almost 20 years now. So I'm going to share this with you. And the topic is are basically what would I say? What are people mean? Are mean people, excuse me, are mean people evil? I wanted to ask that question to everyone because we talk about, I grew up here in Brooklyn, in New York. We talk often about, mean-spirited people and this and that. And I learned that there's something spiritual about being a mean-spirited person or just having a mean spirit. So I wanted to look into that a little deeper. And I wanted to do some research on it because I know that it has a spiritual meaning. I know that it's not just like a lot of us think, oh, it's just, oh, they just being a little mean or they just going through something. Let me explain something to you. Some people do just go through stuff in life. I think that's pretty much everybody. We all go through ups and downs in life. That's a part of life. But when you purposely choose to do something mean to someone for no reason at all, It doesn't matter whether you're doing it out of just getting a laugh. It doesn't matter if you're doing it just because, you felt like it. It doesn't matter if you're doing it just because you mm, don't like that person for whatever reason, whether you know them or not. The fact of the matter is, if that's inside of you, is it actually you being a mean person just because within that moment, or is that really something deeply rooted inside of you, and is it something good, bad, dark, or maybe even evil? That's why I posed the question to you all. Please join me in the comments, you know join me on this live, and let's chat. Let's chat. It's your girl, beautiful sister. And if you like the topic and you want to join me in the chat, and you definitely are new here, please welcome. First, let me say welcome. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for joining me today. You didn't have to join me. I appreciate that so much. And if you like what you see, you want to join me in the conversation and you want to see more of this videos, more of this content, definitely hit that like, share, and subscribe button. So let me start on this topic. And I'm going to look it up because I want to know the spiritual meaning of it. I really want to know the spiritual meaning of it. And I want to know what you all feel and believe and think. And I don't care who it is. And let's keep it clean. Let's keep it respectful. Okay. Do you think that a mean person is evil? Okay. That's the question. The reason why I posed this question, I'm going to tell you a brief story. This last week, I wasn't able to get on the lives like I wanted to because I had been a little bit busy, like I said. So Friday, I feel so great. I made it to Juma. I had an amazing day with my family. And then after that, I decided to do, which some people don't do, but I decided to do this because I still do this. Call me old fashioned. I don't care. Uh, I still window shop. I really do. And I enjoy it. I enjoy it. I don't get out as often. So when I am able to get out, I like to do a little window shopping. I like to enjoy nature. I like to, connect with people. I connect with nature. I connect with animals. I just enjoy my time in traveling. This is just me. And I've always been that way. So when I get the chance to, whether I have money in my pocket or not, it don't matter to me. I also go because I'll be looking for I price stuff. Like when I do get my money, listen, I know where to go to get what I need. Okay? So it doesn't bother me. Some people's like, oh, I don't do that. That's cool. That's you. But this works for me. And it's been working for me for many years. So I still do it. And I still enjoy it. Okay, long story short, because I don't want to be too long because I got things to do. And I'm sure you do too. So I went to Juma, had an amazing day. And after Juma, I said, I'm going to do some window shopping. So I went by myself to go do some window shopping, which normally I don't do, But this particular day, I felt free and energetic to do it. I felt really good. I had a great, great Juma. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to go. I had a great day at the masjid. I had a great day. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to go. I was feeling good from the whole morning. I was feeling amazing. So I said, I'm going to go. So I went to my first store. Went to like 4 different stores. The first store I went to, it was a nice little quick, cool discount store. They had a lot of nice things in there that I really seen. The prices was looking amazing. And I was like, okay. All of a sudden, my stomach did a 360 on me. Now, I wasn't sure if I wanted to share this with you all, but I said, you know what? I'm going to share it because I'm sure somebody else is going through the same thing. And I'm not one to judge about what people's going through because we're human. I have compassion and I have understanding. Okay. I have respect and I have consideration and I have morals. So I go and my stomach started literally doing a 360 on me. So I said, oh my goodness, I got to get to the bathroom. I'm studying trying to look for things and price things. And the prices and the stuff that I was looking for and the aisle and the things that I was seeing, they were looking amazing. I was like, okay, I'm definitely going to come back here. They are definitely one of the stores on my list for when I come back to go shopping. So I go outside, and instead of listening to my gut instincts, which we all need to stop doing, I always tell y'all, listen to that first gut instinct, because if you don't, you're going to regret it. And I am number one example, prime example of that, because sometimes I don't do it. I hate that when I don't listen to my first thought. So my first thought was, go back to the masjid. I'm pretty sure there's someone still there, so you can go to the bathroom. You'll have a better chance of going to the bathroom in private and in peace. I did not listen to myself, and I was not far from the masjid. Instead, I decided I'm going to pop into a nearest store. So first, I see a little gym. I said, let me go in here. I'm sure they got a bathroom. Go inside the gym. Turns out they changed the way the entrances of the gym is. You can no longer just pop in and pop out. Now you have to be a member, an actual member, or you can't get in. So I was like, okay, I asked the gentleman that was in there, that was coming out, by any chance, did he know if there was another bathroom nearby? He said, no, you can't. I said, can I come in here? He was like, no, you can't. They don't allow that anymore. He said, but there's a bathroom across the street at a restaurant. Now, I should have listened to him, but I didn't listen to him. And I'm going to tell you why. It was a restaurant. I didn't want to go to the restaurant and have bubble guts and blow up their bathroom. I just, listen, it happens. I think it happens to us all every now and then. It happens. Now, I don't normally have these type of issues happen to me out in the street. But this particular day, it was not a good day. When I tell you it was not a good day, when it came to my stomach doing a 360, it was not a good day. And this was the first time that this ever happened to me in public. So I was very urgently trying to look for a bathroom, and it was just bad. Let me just say it was bad, and I was not feeling good, and I just needed to get to a bathroom quickly. So you know how you clench yourself and you do the little tiptoe walk? Oh my goodness, y'all should see me walking down the street trying to hurry up and walk fast, and it was not working. It was not working. My stomach was doing all kinds of flips and twists and turns. It was so bad. It was so bad. I thank God. I was like, please just don't let no gas come out. Please just don't let no gas come out. Please. I don't think it's going to be good. I don't think it's going to be good. Y'all can laugh with me. Don't laugh at me. Please. It's fine. It's fine. I don't care. I was laughing at my own daggone self. So it's okay. Don't bother me. So, okay. Finally, I said, okay, I seen the restaurant. Now, I'm going to be honest. The other reason why I didn't go to the restaurant was because it was a little too far for me to make it. So before the restaurant, I seen a nail salon. Now, I was reluctant to go in the nail salon, but when I looked inside, it looked very spacious and open, and it looked like, the people was very kind and peaceful. And I said, you know what, I'm going to go. Now, I'm going to tell you, I had a bad experience with the nail salon before, so I was a little leery about going in there. I don't always have bad experiences. I actually used to frequent the nail salons a lot when, back in the day. I used to get my nails and feet done all the time. And I had stopped, because I didn't need to do it anymore. I didn't feel the purpose of need to do it anymore. But I've always been a long supporter of my Asian brothers and sisters. Okay. So, yeah, that was a little, the experience of me having a bad experience with anyone at the nail salon really rubbed me wrong. So I just kind of stayed away. But nonetheless, I still, every now and then, if I can, I'll pop in, maybe go get a mani, maybe go get a pedicure. And, if I have to, I'll ask, can I use a bathroom? I don't hesitate to ask because I feel it's more clean, right? Respectfully. So I go and I ask. I took the chance of asking. The young lady that was there, she said, oh, yeah, you can go to the back. I said, okay, no problem. Now, this particular spot was new to me. It was full of melanated people, full, men and women. Okay. There was the owner there and I believe her husband or her brother, and maybe some other family members there working, and I was fine with that. No problem. I felt that energy. It felt a little uneasy, a little unbalanced, but I didn't let it bother me because I was too good in high spirit. I just wanted to get to a bathroom. Now, for those of you that know, I told you I'm physically disabled. So sometimes I'll have a walker or sometimes I'll have a cane. Sometimes I won't have nothing. And this particular day, you could see, in my opinion, I was not doing good. Usually when a person asks Any store owner, if they can use their bathroom, it's usually an emergency, especially if you see an elderly or disabled person that asks. It's an emergency situation. It's not something that you should just be messing with them. Now, I'm going to tell you, I did go to the bathroom and use the bathroom because they allowed me to, and I appreciated them very much. But what I received afterwards, once I got in the bathroom, was really appalling to me. And I'm really shocked and surprised by this treatment. Now, when I went to the bathroom, I was in there over maybe 5 or 10 minutes. But like I said, I had to go to the bathroom. I was not doing well. And if you knock on the door, let me explain. When I got to the bathroom and I used the bathroom, I thought everything was fine until I was rudely interrupted by a loud, extremely loud banging on the door by the male owner of the store. I didn't, it startled me a little bit, but nonetheless, I still responded. I said, okay, excuse me, I'm so sorry. I'll be out in a minute. Just give me a minute. I'll be out in a minute. He asked if I was okay. I responded, yes, I'm okay. I'll be out in a minute. I thought he was going to stop knocking and go about his business. He did not do that. And when I tell you the way he banged on the door, this man banged on the door like I was in there doing something I shouldn't have been doing, criminal acts or something. It was the most disturbing type of bang I ever heard. I mean, like he was banging like he was a cop of the fire department. That's how bad it was. And it was the first time. It wasn't any, it was the first knock. He went ridiculous on this door. It literally made me almost jump. It made me jump. I'm on the toilet. Like, okay. So I said, okay, this is disturbing. I don't understand why he's banging on the door. So now I'm trying to hurry up, but my stomach is still turning. And yeah, I'm using the bathroom. I'm using the bathroom midstream, y'all. I'm using the bathroom. So I'm trying to tend to myself and get myself together and get my stomach right. And it's taking its time, but I'm still trying to hurry up because I don't want to be in a bathroom too long because it is a place of business. I do appreciate them letting me use the bathroom, and I didn't want to interrupt their business, and I didn't want to be in there long. So you would think that they would have left me alone. No. Next, he came back again. He banged again very hard. You okay? You okay? You okay? I said, I'll be out in a minute. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay. Forgive me. I'm okay. I'll be out all right. I'll be out in a minute. I'm okay. I'll be out in a minute. Please forgive me. I'll be out in a minute. I didn't even get to say I didn't feel well, but you could kind of hear, and then this is my thing. We all know what it is to go to the bathroom. So if you know somebody went to the bathroom and they are elderly or disabled, you see that 99% of the time, they not going in to do nothing bad. They probably don't feel well if they didn't come right out within 5 minutes to 10 minutes, right? This is just humans. This is just what I mean. I don't know. Makes sense to me. So, and then if I answered you the first time and you asked me if I was okay and I told you, yes, I was okay, I'll be out in a minute, why would you come back and bang on the door like a crazy maniac again? Tell me why they did it again. He did it again. And this time he banged. He said something and I hear them talking in their language to each other. And I said, okay. Then after that, shortly after that, the young lady came. She knocked on the door. And then I think somebody else came and it just continued. They knocked about maybe 4 to 5 different times. And I think maybe one of them was a customer. Now, this is my thing. It was a melanated customer too. So this is my thing. If you all melanated people sitting in the daggone seats and you getting your nails done and your feet done, and I get it, you pay for the service, even of the service of the bathroom. If you see me come in and you seen that I didn't come out that bathroom, why you yourself, just common sense, didn't say, oh, mama don't feel well. I hope she's okay in there. Or even come and say, sweetheart, you all right? Nobody but the man. And he said it in a way and banged on the door in such a nasty manner that it literally, like I said, it startled me. So I really was not, I didn't feel good about it. Like that experience was not good for me at all. Now, I'm not saying that they didn't have, I didn't appreciate them letting me use the bathroom. It was the way that I was treated. So after I finished using the bathroom or whatever, I come out. I think there was a customer that had to use the bathroom. The young lady, when she knocked on the door, matter of fact, the owner, she said, "Oh, somebody have to use the bathroom." And I said, "Okay, I'm so sorry. I'm coming out. I promise I'll be out right now. I'm coming out right now." At that moment, I was done and I was getting myself together and I was, washing my hands and everything and I was cleaning up. I don't like to leave the bathroom dirty. This is just me. Any mess I make, I wipe it down. I clean. That's just me. I like to go in and leave it the way it was I found, and if not, better. That's just me. I like to spray and all of that. That's just me. I already felt horrible about having to go in and use the bathroom that way, but I had to go. It is what it is. It's human nature. So anyway, I come out and I see the young lady. She looked a little frustrated, and I understand, and I was like, but I think no one was more frustrated than I was at that moment. I was, the way that they treated me was so bad. It was just so bad. So I did say something to them. I said, this is because you never know who's coming to your store. You never know who's coming to your place of business. And if I wanted to give you a bad star rating, I could. And I'm not going to mention their name. I am going to send this message out to them and to every melanated person that was in there. If it was you and your mother that was sitting in that bathroom that was sick that day, that had to use the bathroom, and they treated your mother that way, how would you feel? Or they treated your sister that way, or your cousin, or your niece, or you, how would you feel? Because the way that they treated me was very bad. It was not professional. It was not professional. And then when I came out the bathroom and I spoke to the owner, the young lady that owned the store, she scoffed at me. I said, "Miss, have you never ever been out in the street and got sick and you had to use the bathroom?" I said, "Miss, I was not feeling well. I appreciate you so much for letting me use the bathroom. Thank you." I said, "But the way that you just treated me was appalling. It was very appalling." I said, "I would never treat anyone like that." I said, did you not see me with a walker? Do you know this woman literally looked at me and said, I said, "Oh," because it was Friday. I had to catch myself, because when I tell y'all, the whole Brooklyn Queen was about to come out of me and I was about to give her a piece of my mind. I said a little, but I didn't say too much. I said, "Let me go. Time to go. Time to go." I said, "This is why I feel some people melanated people don't want to mess with y'all, because some of you are not kind. You're not nice. You're not kind. And that was not kind." So this is what brings me to my topic about a mean-spirited person, because the way that she responded to me and other man that was there, they responded and treated me in a manner that was mean. And I said to her, I said, "You only treated me this way because I am Muslim." And that was the only reason. When I tell you their store was packed. It was full of nothing but melanated people. They literally were the only other race there. And I'm not racist in no way, shape, or form. I love all people. I have been, in my whole life, every salon that I've been to was Asian or Latina, Dominican or Puerto Rican, and I adored them. I have the best store owners that I've went to, and always treated me with love. There was only 1 to 2, literally I could say 1 to 2 or maybe 3 in my whole lifetime. I think this is the third one where I got poor treatment in my whole life. I've been going to salons since I was a young girl. Okay, young teenage girl. I learned how to do nails from going to the salon on my own as a young teenager. That's how I used to make my little side money, my little hustle. Okay, just to let you know. Okay, so, and I've always had nothing but love and respect for them. But for some of them, they don't treat us right. And I don't know what that is. And I never did. So I look at it as, you're just a mean-spirited person. I didn't do anything to you. I didn't do anything to deserve that treatment or that disrespect. Here it is. Everyone that looked like me is in your store supporting you and your family. And this is how you treat me when I come in. And the only reason that I took it as for you to treat me that way was because I was wrapped. And I'm a Muslim. You didn't even look at the fact that I was melanated. And if you did, you didn't even care. You just saw this. I'm going to give it to you straight. I told you, every time I come on here, you're going to get the real deal. I'm going to tell you the truth. That's what it is. This is how a lot of us get treated all over the world. And it's not right. So my question is, was these people being mean and mean spirited? What is your honest opinion? I really want to know what your honest opinion is about that. Please get in the comment sections. Please share. I really, really want to know and hear what you think about people that are like this. Because honestly, I really believe these are mean spirited people. Their heart and their intentions are not good and they're not right. So I'm going to take a minute and I'm going to look up. I don't want to be on here too much longer. What does Allah say? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the Most High, the creator of everything in existence, the Alpha and Omega. What does He say about being mean? Give me a second. Let me just look it up and I'm going to read this to you. All right, hold on. Let me just type it in real quick. 1 second. Because I really want to know. About what does Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say about being mean spirited? Mean in spirit. Because some people just are. Some people just are, you know? Okay. Let's see what it says here. Well, this one is not giving me exactly what I'm looking for. I usually do look it up in my book, but I don't have my other phone. So give me a second. It says different things. What do Muslims think? All right, let me try it one more time. Hold on. Let me see if I can get it to answer my question direct. This phone is a little different. Hold on. What does the Quran say? Let me see. Let me put it in that way because sometimes it's a little bit more accurate. About spirited people. Spirited people. What does Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say? What does the Quran say, about mean spirited people? That's a better one. Let's see. Does it come up? Did it come up? Let's see. It's not giving me what I'm looking for. I'm going to have to come back to this one. But I'm also open to any information that you might know about it. So please definitely share. I can't find it on here right now. Like I said, I don't have it on my phone, on this phone. I have to get my other phone, and I don't have it right now. I usually just go in the book and look it up, but I'm going to come back to this one. So definitely get in the comment sections and let me know what you think. What do you feel? Tell me some of your experiences because I have had these experiences in multiple times in my life. I've had mean spirited people do all kinds of wicked, mean things to me, and people that I love and care about, and just sometimes friends and family, sometimes just strangers. So I see it all the time. I've seen it all throughout my life. I had a conversation with my mom the other day. I love her. Mommy, I love you so much. If you're watching, I love you. I love you. I love you. Mwah! I love you. She gave me some comfort in my heart. She said, well, some people are just mean. And I said, yeah, Mom, you're right. To know that people are just like that sometimes. And I know this is just the world that we live in. Everybody's not kind. Everybody's not sweet. Everybody's not jolly. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not a jolly, jolly, jolly person all the time. But for the most part, yes. I'm gonna say 95% of the time, and I'm being modest. 95% of the time, yeah, I'm majority joyful. But I have good and bad days just like everybody else. But to be mean to someone on purpose just so I can get a laugh, my heart is not like that. So, to all of those, until I can come back with this, I'm going to come back with it. I'm going to do another video on it. Until I can find the answer as to what the root is, what does the spiritual meaning mean, I'm going to keep on looking to see. Because this actually does mean something to me because I'm seeing it more and more and more every day. And it's out of control. And now with everything that's going on in the world, it's happening more. Another example of, mean spirited people is like I go through this, and I've been through this a lot. And a lot of people don't know this, but I tend to experience people that have dogs. And I literally just experienced this literally like 2 to 3 days back to back as in my travels. And I just go through this sometimes with people. Now I happen to be a dog person. Most people don't know that. I laugh because they assume the people that do this out of just pure meanness, they assume that I'm going to jump, I'm going to be scared, I'm going to be afraid, I'm going to be petrified of their dog. Now, they don't know that I actually am a very big dog person. I love dogs. Um, I love all animals actually. Am I naturally guarded by dogs and just alert? Yes, because in being a person who actually had and owned dogs before, I do know that all dogs are not also friendly and good, not good with everybody. All animals act on instinct. So if their energy don't mix with you, or they see or sense something about you, or even something around you, or just in the atmosphere that's bad, they will react. So it's not necessarily that it's the dog. It could just be them reacting to something that's bad going on around them and you just can't see it and sense it, but they can. So I tend to go into, when I go traveling sometimes, I tend to bump into people that have dogs and they usually have pretty medium to large size dogs. A lot of times it'll be pit bulls, Rottweilers, and sometimes just little dogs. And you could tell a person that's kind and you could tell a person that's not. The ones that are not nice, they like to take their dogs and allow the dog to purposely walk towards me. And they do it in a manner that you think, or somebody else might think, oh, that's just the dog walking. No. The person themselves intentionally let the dog walk towards you, us Muslims, especially us women, to see if we're going to jump, to see if we're going to get scared, to see if we're going to fret. I've had this experience multiple different times in my life from different people. And it's not everyone because most people are very kind and they're beautiful furry baby parents. I'm going to say like that because I also, like I said, I used to own dogs too. So I know it's the person. Some people are just mean. I've even seen people take it as far as to purposely making their dog mean just to ward off and keep all people from away from them and their children on purpose. And they make the dog and the animal very vicious and very mean. And that is also a form of abuse. I don't believe in abusing animals. I don't tolerate that stuff. I don't. I don't believe in abusing anyone, especially animals. People or animals and babies. That's just wrong. Children, that's just wrong. And I see it a lot. So sometimes when I travel, I happen to experience that as well. You know, My only advice to anyone that's doing these things is I really want to say to you, please check your heart because you're going to be questioned by the Most High about that. I promise you. See, everything is not for a laugh. There isn't. Everything is not for a laugh. I'm gonna tell you something. When you experience that or your child experiences that and it traumatizes them, I really want to know how that makes you feel as an adult, as a parent. If this ever happened to you, as if someone did that to someone that you loved or did that to you when you was a child, do you understand how traumatic that is? I have family members that were traumatized by animals, especially dogs. I've been in a life and death almost situation with a family member and multiple dogs. And I've been in that situation not just with my family members, but with other people. And it is not a fun experience to be trapped with wild dogs running around the streets, unchained, unleashed. That's not a good experience. It's really not. A dog can tear you apart. Okay. So when a person, I don't, like I said, I don't fear dogs, but I don't not acknowledge that a dog is still an animal and it has teeth. And if it wants to, for whatever reason, it can attack. So I'm not ignorant to that. So when you do mean things like that to someone, you traumatize them. Now I'm not traumatized, but I wouldn't take it out on the animal. I would probably take it out on the person. So yeah, I tell you, the world is coming to an end. I tell you, I see too much bad things, and this is just my personal word of advice. You can do what you want, but I really, really would suggest to you and really tell you to take some time to think about the things that you do when you do it. Yeah, it might be a little funny, it might be a little hee 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 to you, but at the end of the day, and on the day of judgment, do you think the creator is going to be hee 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 and with you about that? I don't think so. I don't think so. So you might want to check that about yourself. Stop doing mean things to people. Stop being insensitive to people, especially right now in the last days. We are in the last days. Don't you see what's going on in the world? This is not okay. It's not okay. And I would like to hope that you wouldn't want to put yourself in a bad space as far as damning yourself or for you just doing mean things to people. You know, that could happen. It could happen. Just some things to think about. All right, guys and girls, my beautiful YouTube family. I love you all for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I just wanted to get on here and say that to you all and just, really pose the question to what do you think about that? What do you think that comes from? Do you think it makes a person evil because they have a mean spirit? I hear people say it all the time. I don't necessarily think that it makes a person evil, but I really do want to know what the root of that is and what the spiritual meaning of it is. It could mean multiple different things. So if you have any information on it, definitely share. All right, everyone. I love you all. Have a beautiful Wednesday evening. It's now 4:41. And I'll talk to you all later. Mwah. Assalamu alaikum. Definitely hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Don't forget. Talk to you all later. Have a great day. Assalamu alaikum. Bye.